Good morning. Sorry, very good morning. So, how are you people? Everything fine? So, fine. We'll go into today's current affairs, like this week's current affairs. Like any idea, like what has happened? Any idea? G20 apart from G20? Nipah virus. Next. Yeah, Morocco earthquake. National current affairs. Sedition. Next. That's it. No current affairs. Fine. So today's class I am going to discuss with this very important thing, which is very important for each and everybody. So that is what. So we'll talk about each and everything regarding this mental health. Next one is India Middle East Economic Corridor. So next one, Global Symposium on Farmers' Rights, Pico flares, Morocco earthquake. Next one, dark patterns. So of all these things, I found interesting of only two topics, 1 and 2, right? So which is we get connected with both the things. Apart from these are generally related to your UPSC itself. These are also related to UPSC, but so I found very interesting. So next one is Births and Deaths Registration Act. So fine. So this is the news article. What it shows? Quota police coaching centers join hands to help students address the mental health issue. Do you have any idea regarding this quota? Huh? Yeah, where it is? Rajasthan. It's very famous. For example, if you see, like each state has some importance, like in the coaching pattern. This Rajasthan has importance in training these people. So after inter, they generally go to this coaching center. So it's like an, if you see fish washing on this stone, same thing will they do like 18 hours, 19 hours. So apart from like 6 hours, 7 hours of sleep, they just keep on rubbing. So it generally happens. So not only these people, like at this present generation, we are experiencing a lot of these mental health issues. Do you know? Do you have any reasons? Like, did you say any reasons regarding it? What may be the reason for this mental health issues, mental disorders? Academic pressure. What the social media has given the pressure? Like, what kind of pressure social media has put on you? Oh, this is very good point. Okay. Any? Many influence. So if you remove that social media app, it's fine, right? Which I don't have. Like I need to tell you. So I don't have Instagram account. I don't have Snapchat account. I don't have what are those? Facebook. So if you wonder or something, I don't have WhatsApp also. But I use Telegram only for this communicating this UPSC purpose. Apart from I don't need also regarding those things. But it's okay. I know about each and every details because I used on the other's phone. So I'll come to know, right, what are the technology happening. So reels, everything I know how to do all those things. Snaps, all those things. Streaks maintaining. You people know it, right? So I also know. I'm also aware of it. Okay. So yeah, absolutely. It's very true. These days we are easily get influenced by these things because we are not prioritizing our goals. Obviously, if you have a priority in your goals, for example, this is also a goal. Generally, exam stress, we need it mostly. What I'm going to say is like if you are at the starting stage of this preparation, so for some people it may take years in this UPSC journey. It's like a cycle. If you see, this is cycle. The cycle is very cautious, very truthsome. It's very, I can't explain this UPSC cycle. You know it, right? Obviously, if you lose the prelims, again you need to travel 1 year. So చదువుకునేటప్పుడు జాగ్రత్తగా చదువుకోండి. So focus as much as possible, because if you miss this loop again, you'll again into this loop. So 1 to 2 years it will be very fine for you, like in the starting stages of your preparation it will be very good. So after that you may lose that confidence, interest will wash away. So for that, what you need to do? How to be consistent? Keeping motivated with what? For example, if I ask you 3 years or over, you are preparing, like if you want to keep motivated, what makes you to keep motivated? You need to, మీరు experience అవుతారు in the future లో, that's what I'm saying. It's very important for you people. How you people keep motivated? చెప్పండి, ఎలా మోటివేషన్ తీసుకుంటారు? Okay, that's fine. So somebody have good motivations to get into the service. One person I have heard, there his motivation is to do corruption. I'm not joking, seriously. So if you get into the service, he has an idea that he'll earn some crores of monies or something, but it is reality. Is it a reality? It's a reality. It's a reality itself. But even though they have an internal drive, so develop that internal drive toward this exam, whatever it may be. So nothing, I'm going to discuss this topic. So first of all, so according to the World Health Organization, do you know World Health Organization, WHO, any idea? According to WHO, defines mental health as a condition of well-being in which every person is able to reach their full, what it talks, full potential, manage everyday pressures, engage in productive and fruitful employment, and contribute to their. So see, what are the constituents of it? Like if you derive the parts, so it reach what? Full potential. Next one, manage everyday pressures. Next one, engage in productive, not destructive, productive and fruitful employment, and contribute to their community, right? So like can you link with any of the subject in this GS, like GS1, GS2, GS3, like in where you can fit this mental health issue? It's not like an MBBS class, something. What? Yeah. Yeah. See, so that's the reason why I picked this topic. Multiple dimensions. In multiple topics, there may be chance of picking this mental health, right? So inclusive growth, you have an idea? So to develop that inclusive growth, a single part is there in the GS3 itself. So in the society also there is a need of this mental health. In the ethics perspective also, it's there, right? So to develop the full potential means, obviously, what it means? Developing full potential means what? Which kind of potential? To fight back? You need to fight back. It's so manage everyday pressures. So that's the definition of it. Nothing much. So ultimately you need to be able to handle the everyday pressures. So you need to work for the full potential of you and contribute to your community. So coming to here, the mental health issues have been categorized as having, what are these things? Abnormal thoughts. Example? Abnormal thoughts. Like trying to commit suicide. Like trying to commit others' suicide. Yeah, it also happens. Next one, emotions. Very, very important. So you can link with what? Emotional intelligence in the ethics part. So emotions, tell me some emotions. Depression, oh fine. Next one, behavior and relationships. Apart from bipolar mood disorder. Do you know bipolar mood disorders? What it means? Mood swings. One mode to other mood. Next one, depression, dementia and intellectual impairments. So mental health is a what? It's a basic human rights, right? So and it is crucial to personal, community and socio-economic development. How? How? The question em kaadu adi chinna question adi. How it can be categorized as a basic human right? Cheppandi. So obviously what are the human rights? No idea. Leva meeku rights. You are not humans. You don't have any rights. Cheppandi. Huh? Right to life, right to live a healthy life, right? Right to life comes a article. Which article? Article 21, right? So right to be living a healthy life comes under this Article 21. So mental health can also be framed like in the polity dimensions also, like in the framing of the act's governance. In this part also there is a chance of asking this mental health issue. So basically, and it is crucial to personal, community and socio-economic development. For example, I'm telling for example, there is an organization which is very familiar organization. He is the head of that organization. This organization depended like it has a employment strength of 1000 or something. So it is contributing huge amounts of good needs to the society. For example, take any of the company. So for example, he got some mental health issue that who is the head of the institution. If he is lost, like if his mental condition is not there, his contact with this what you can say, his industry is lost, right? Obviously it will fall, right? If it falls, what ultimately it will reduce the what you can say this workers potential, and ultimately it reduces some part of GDP, right? I am talking in the, like big picture. For example, take the Ambani itself. So obviously there is an effect, right? So in the small, whether it is small or large, mental health is very, very important, that you people know. So next one, the term mental disorders, mental, behavioral disorders, psychological, psychosocial disabilities. Anybody of you heard the word of DALY? DALY? Yeah, I will talk about this one. So these are the facts regarding this one. So just see first. Survey by, there is an organization called NIMHANS. Any idea? National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences. Do you know any idea where is the headquarter of it? Bangalore. How? Huh? It's beside your college. Ah, fine. You have visited there? Ella chusava? Avuna? Very good. Huh? You didn't go through NIMHANS? Eppudu elleda? Okay, fine. So NIMHANS found that nearly how much? 150 million Indians are in need of mental health care services but fewer than 30 million are seeking care. So 30 by 150, right? So very less amount are seeking. So what may be the reason? Lack of awareness is there, but one main thing which hinders each and everybody, yeah, support to encouragement, like social stigma. Yeah, fine, that's correct. Like ninnu oppukovali first that you are in that state, you need to accept, right? నువ్వు పిచ్చోడి అంటే ఒప్పుకుంటారా? ఆర్ఎస్ నువ్వు ఇలా బిహేవ్ చేస్తున్నారంటే ఒప్పుకుంటారా? You won't accept it. That there comes the point of this emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, the concept of emotional intelligence is what? You need to understand from the other's perspective also, right? So not only from your perspective, you also need to understand from others' perspective, whatever it emotions, whatever it others' perspective. So there comes a linkage with this one. So you also need to be able in that condition to understand, like some may are shy or some may are introverts. They are unable to say that we are going all those things. Got it? So next one, survey by the Deloitte. Do you know Deloitte? Any idea? Deloitte is a company, like software services company, a management consultancy company, found that 47% of the professionals surveyed considered workplace related stress as the biggest factor affecting their mental health, followed by financial challenges. So generally we may think, right, software employees are very good, they'll enjoy in the weekend, they'll rap, they'll rock or something. We have a misconception, right? So even though we have that kind of misconception, yeah, they are also experiencing some kind of mental stress. What may be your, like, what you generally think, what kind of work stress they will experience? So timely schedules. So apart from this, some internal affairs. Have an idea, right? Huh? No idea? I also don't have. So they have some issues, right? Ante unnadi lenattu they will think more. For example, they are not like you people, right? So thinking in a different dimensions, economic, political, all those things, they have only one dimension. What is that? Money. Next. Some like I have seen a friend of mine, he is feeling that he is earning good amount of money, he is doing each and everything. He has a feeling that Saturday, Sunday is not sufficient for him to enjoy more. Like he needs one extra day. That's what I am saying. Like they are doing such kind, like to relieve their stress. There is a trend of this urban farming also. You know, idea of urban farming. You don't have an idea? Yeah, Maharshi movie. Weekend farming, generally the term is urban farming. They have changed that name to weekend farming. It's an urban farming, like the bordering areas of this, what you can say, for example, take the Bangalore, Hyderabad, nearby they'll take some plots, so and one agency will be there, so you can plant over there, like your seeds you can plant, you can do each and everything in free time. Generally in the normal time the farmers will do it, so in the weekend you will go and you will work out over there. Not this working out. Got it? So don't think that they don't have some mental issue, they have their own health issues also. So don't be jealous about them. Got it? So next one, WHO estimated that mental health issues cost global economy how much? 1 trillion annually in loss of productivity. So these kind of facts are very important when you are going to substantiate your answers, because this is a general concept. Everybody will try to write this mental health. ఏదో ఒకటి వచ్చింది రాస్తారో రారా, నీకు నాకు కాదు, just 4th 5th class అయినా సరే they'll write something, but these facts will give you some enhancement to your answers. So next one, WHO estimated that the burden of mental health problems in India is 2443 disability adjusted life years. I'll talk about this one daily per 10,000 population. So do you have an idea about this DALI? You can tell, sir. Like 1 to 2 years, if you are in there in this industry of UPSC, you need to hear of the DALI word. So very important, this type of things may ask in the prelims, or you can use these things in your mains answers also. What is DALI, which was written over here? Disability Adjusted Life Years. So DALI comprises two components. One is YLL plus YLD. So these two combines to form DALI. So what you are thinking, what it means? Disability, right? Adjusted Life Years. For example, if you are encountering any disease, encountering any disability, for example PWD or something, any disease or something, whatever it may be. So there is a reduction in the lifespan of you, right? Of yours, right? For example, if you are TB patient, or your TB patient, AIDS patient, whatever it may be, generally your normal lifespan something 70-80 years, right? So that 70-80 years, there is a chance, like, is there any chance to live that kind of years? No, right? Obviously there is a reduction of that age. For example, 50-40 years. So 20 years you lost, right? You lost of what? Years of life lost. YLL is what? Years of life lost. So you lost, for example 70 is your limit, then you will attain, like, till at 50 you will die. This is one aspect. Like 20 years are missing right here in the YLL part. So coming to the YLD, years lost with disability. This is an interesting concept. So years lost with disability. If you are a disabled person, you may not reach your full potential of your productivity, right? For example, in the normal people can work 7 hours, they'll give some productive life, right? So, but not comparison with this other people, right? For example, he's a mental health, he had some mental health issue. Is he able to work the 7 hours full potentially? No, right? So at least 3 to 4 hours. He has lost some 4 hours, right? His potential is decreasing, right? So due to that mental condition, whatever it may be, less physical condition, from point of this mental condition from physical health, which is TB or AIDS, he may have lose that productivity, right? That is called YLD, years lost with this disability, years lost life. So both, if you combine both, obviously there is a decrease in the productivity of him, right? His life span will get reduced, right? So this is the concept called what? DALI. Very, very important. Like it, if you pick any WHO magazines regarding any health issue also, for example malaria, TB, COVID, during the COVID also, this DALI, there is a report exclusively done with regarding this DALI also. Like the research papers all done with this, so there may be chance of asking in the prelims. So just focus on this such kind of concepts. Got it? What I've told? Whatever it may be, it depends on the case. So DALI, like for example, I've told you that for the TB they will do. If he has multiple ailments also, they will consider. For example, TB with depression, AIDS plus TB, AIDS plus TB plus depression. Got it? So they will calculate like that. So we don't need all those things, but you need to know the concept, what it means, YLL plus YLD. So the age adjusted suicide rate per 10,000 population is what? 21.1. The economic loss due to the mental health condition between 2012 to 2030 is estimated at USD 1 trillion. So these are the very important facts. So heavy on pocket. So do you know there is another concept like out of pocket expenditure, OOP. What it is? Out of pocket expenditure. Sorry, OOP is OPE, sorry. It is out of pocket expenditure. Earlier it is something around 60%. According to the recent NHFS 5 report, it is something around 48%. What it means? What is this out of pocket expenditure? Health మీద ఎంత ఖర్చు చేస్తున్నావు నువ్వు? For example, if you got diagnosed with some fever or something, we generally prefer what you can say private hospitals, right? Generally. So we are investing on the medicines. We are investing on the doctor, tests, each and everything. So it's your money itself, right? If you go to the USA or something, if you have an insurance, everything will be dealt by them. If you have an insurance. So but the insurance facility, like these days it's there, like if you join with a software industry or like software company, they will give your insurance and to your family also. Some operations also done easily with the help of it. So one important scheme which has contributed to the reduction of the 60% to 48% is what? Which scheme? Government scheme? PM Jai, Ayushman Bharat or PM Jan Arogya Yojana. Next one, so if there is a link. So one is the treatment. Next one is what? Medicines. So from the perspective of medicines, which made it to reduce from 60% to 48%? Jan Aushadhi Kendras, these generic medicines. Do you have an idea? So if you see this G20 also, there is a huge promotion for this Jan Aushadhi Kendras and the Asian Summit also. So this is the one reason, even though it still prevails, 48% is huge, right? 50% of your thing is going into your health expenditure. So generally if you see the budget, what is the budget of the health? Like GDP. It is something 2%. So it is very meager amount, right? So state should, health is a state subject, you know that? Do you have an idea? So center subject, state mix, like what you can say, concurrent list. So health is a state subject. So then he, like one of the game changing, what you can say, that scheme, like every schemes are related, important for the health. So where it is? So heavy on pocket, people in smaller regions spend most on mental disorders. Daman and DU, how much? 24? Are you able to understand this one? So 24%. Next one, Himachal Pradesh, 23.9%. Sikkim, 31%. Lakshadweep, see these facts are important. Next one, max affected between 19 to 55 years. Lower burden on Mizoram, Andaman, so Arunachal Pradesh and then Nagaland. So recently there is a, like I tried to, a thought of tried to cover that also, but it's not. So recently, like if you see Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh, I think so, they are going to make legalizing on the cultivation of this marijuana. Do you know marijuana? Huh? Very good idea. Telsa? What it means? Weed, generally called as ganjai, something you heard, right? Telugu padalu. So they are trying to, what you can say, legalize the cultivation of this. So వాళ్ళకి ఇది ఇస్తే ఏమవుతుంది? It will reduce, right? For example, if that's fine, they can use in the medicines. So who will ask that when you are growing that plant, everybody will, like each and every day a person will come and yeah, you are going to use it for this or no, right? They have a plant, you can say that I am going to use it for the medicinal purposes or something, but will they ask daily coming to you and taking that, if you take that, is there any, what you can say, GPS mechanism for each and every plant? No, right? So there is a huge possibility. So it's out of committing that also, but drug abuse is another condition. So we'll talk in the next class. So got it right? So just go through that one also. If you have free time, just go through that article. So what are the reasons? Childhood abuse, trauma or neglect. So for example, since childhood, like parents are departed, aparted, so some internal house issues, that is the one important. So the process of socialization, you heard the word of socialization, right? So everything like which your character develops in the socialization itself, like in the home itself. So if your parents treat you how to be a patriarchal person, you'll obviously develop such kind of attitude. If they are in a rational way, then it is. So next one, social isolation or loneliness. Experiencing the discrimination and stigma, including racism, social disadvantages, poverty or debt. Next one, bereavement. You know this one, very, very important. So losing someone close to you. What, like, how can you talk, for example, close to you means death. One day, only death. Yeah. Breakups. Any idea? No idea? No one have idea? You have it? ఎవరన్నా చెప్తారా సక్సెస్ స్టోరీస్ ఏమైనా ఉంటే? సో ఆబ్వియస్లీ రైట్, ఒక ఎమోషన్ అనేది ఒక పీక్స్లో ఉంటుంది ఆ టైంలో. ఎవరు ఏం చెప్పినా సరే దే వోంట్ లిజన్ ఎట్ ఆల్. సో ఇఫ్ అట్లీస్ట్ దే ఆర్ అనేబుల్ టు హ్యావ్ ఫుడ్ ఆల్సో. This is a reality. That's not. So in that reality, if you are going to fit this UPSC, how it will be? It is more danger. Like if you are a very able person, like if you can deal with all those things, then it is fine. If not, what it may happen? It obviously end up your life, right? So if you see why I am going to talking about this concept. If you see the last prelims 2023, you have an idea, like if you are new persons, like apart from the old people like who are preparing that, 4 years of preparation, so 5th attempt, so at that attempt there is a change in the paper, how it will be? So on the top of it he has a pressure, he or she has a pressure from her not family, so other extracurricular activities. So they want to get married or something if you get into services. So these commitments are very common in this UPSC, you know, right? So when you get into, you will know it. Ante neeku service vaste pelli cheskunta. So these things will be there. Yeah. So if you go to the study halls also, they will have some commitment. Study halls lo konni make అవుతాయి, love make అవుతాయి అన్నమాట. Why are you laughing? I am seriously, it's happening. So why I need to conceal this reality? So even though you go into that avenue, it's no issue for me, but maintain your mental health balance. That's what I'm going to say is. So have some space and time for you, because if you lost, like if you మళ్ళీ మెంటల్ వచ్చిందని నిన్నే తిడతారు, ఎందుకు అలా మెంటల్గా మాట్లాడుతున్నావు అంటారు. అగైన్ దే విల్ పోజ్ ఆన్ యూ. Right? So be very careful when dealing with such kind of things. Don't mix both the things. If you are able, just mix the things, or else do it in the afterwards, or else you can give some time for it. For example, mental disorder unda, so బాధ పడతారు, ఎమోషన్ ఏమైనా ఉందా, ఒక 2 hours స్పాన్ పెట్టుకోండి. So 2 hours లో if you want to cry, cry it. If you want to beat someone, beat. So this should be your for example schedule is there for you, right? Generally if you do in the reading pattern, so for example morning you need to read newspaper, afternoon everything, so put 2 hours slot for it. Cry as much as you can. Okay, develop your inner strength. That's what I'm going to say is inner strength is very, very important. So next one, having a long term physical health conditions. So obviously that 8 years 9 years nunchi if you are keep on with that ailments, for example kaalu noppulu, whatever, if you have amputation, everything, like it will obviously depress, right, when you compare with others. The one important factor, don't compare with others in this generation of in this UPSC preparation. Don't try to compare with others. I'm seriously telling, the word is don't try to compare. Compare చేసుకోవాల్సిన అవసరమే లేదు. Put your efforts as much as you can. ఎంత పెడతారో అంత పెట్టండి, వస్తే వస్తుంది లేకపోతే లేదు. ఇట్స్ వెరీ ప్రాక్టికల్. ఐఎమ్ సేయింగ్ దట్ వస్తే వస్తుంది లేకపోతే లేదు. బట్ దిస్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఓన్లీ ద లైఫ్. but put your efforts as much as you can. Got it? So next one is what? What are the issues? First one is what? Unemployment. So next one, there is a ratio of just 0.31% are psychiatrists. How many percentage? Just 0.3% of psychiatrists are available in India. Just 0.31%. Like మనకు మొహమాటం కూడా, if you want to go to psychiatrist you can pitch అంటారు. Generally if you ask your fellow of cousins or brother also, there is so the main reason is what? Where is this? Where I have written? So social stigma and negative attitudes, right? So important one, work stress. Next one is what? Multiple health conditions, which I have already talked. Next one, diagnosis issue. Do you know this one? Very important thing. So why are you able to diagnose that this person is mentally ill? There are some tests, but that tests really say that. So for example, malaria, dengue, all these things, if you drop your blood on it, it will tell you. For example, if you have some what you can say, cancer also, there is a possibility of detection, this stage, that stage, that stage, but it is unable, right, to detect. Got it? So today you will be fine, tomorrow you will be very in the high state of very fluctuation tendencies will be there, right? So you all choose ఏదైనా వీడియో బాగా మోటివేట్ అయిపోతాం, యా ఫైన్ రేపటి నుంచి ఇలా ఉండకూడదు అనుకుంటాం. సో నెక్స్ట్, obviously if that dosage of that video will lost, again you will fall into it. So it is unable to track. That's what I am going to say is. So next one, rural. What it means? Rural urban divide. So who has more access? Who said that? Rural have more access, right? How? దయం పట్టిందంటే ఎవరి దగ్గర తీసుకెళ్తారు? So if you are in the village or something, so generally there will be a person, they will witchcraft something, black magic, all those things. So which body తిరుగుతున్నాడు, they will obviously take. For example, in the urban picture it is unable to go, right, for you to them. I don't know exactly. So there is coming to this institutional aspect, there is a decrease, like a very low tendency in the rural coming to the urban picture. So you have very good access in the urban, but even though we have access, we are unable to cope up with them. Got it? Next one is what? No faith in the religion. This is the one aspect, like so religion gives some strength to you. You do have an idea? For example, ఎలాగంటే దేవుడు అని ఒక నమ్మకం ఉంటుందా? సో వాట్ ఎవర్ మే హ్యాపెన్, గాడ్ విల్ డీల్ విత్ ఇట్. దట్ విల్ హ్యావ్, రైట్? ఇవాళ ఉన్నా రేపు వాళ్ళు ఉన్నా వీళ్ళు లేకపోయినా సరే గాడ్ అనేవాడు నాకు ఉంటాడు ఒక కాన్ఫిడెన్స్. అంటే ఉండని ఉండకపోయినా యు ఆర్ రిలయింగ్ ఆన్ సమ్ పర్సన్, సమ్ పర్సనాలిటీ, సమ్ ఎక్స్టర్నల్ బీయింగ్. అక్కడ నీకు కనపడచ్చు కనపడకపోవచ్చు. ఆ ఎక్స్టర్నల్ బీయింగ్ అనే కాంటెక్స్ట్ ఎప్పుడు ఎటర్నల్గానే ఉంటుంది కదా. ద వర్డ్ ఆఫ్ గాడ్ ఈజ్ ఎటర్నల్ టు యూ. Like he won't visible to you daily, right? He won't, if he visible, everything like tumble down, but not in that case. For example, if you have some good kind of faith in some religion, your mental condition may have strong. If you see these top personalities, they also encounter this first. For example, Sadhguru, all those things. Have an idea, right? So from the religion's perspective, so they are relying on the God. So whatever may happen, he will deal with it. He will deal with it. That's it. So if you don't have that overarching body or overarching head, it is unable to figure it out. You don't know, right? Beside you will support you. For example, up to one point or something, they will support you. When the stage got reached, so they also keep on poking you. I will picture this frame. They'll pose you like this, right? So next one, what? Sense of independence. This is the one important context. Recent trend is I have seen in the WHO report. It's a recent trend. There is a sense of independency. Generally, who will support the concept of independency? not independence, self-independent. Who will support it in this class? You want to be independent? How? So only those needs. So the word independence is a very broad term. That's what you people need to understand is, for example, you need something, food that comes from farmer. You are dependent on him, right? If you are going to order something, you are dependent on delivery boy or the what you can say the restaurant, right? If you want to travel, you are dependent on what you can say this auto people are there, right? If you want to wear your clothes, you are not spinning your own clothes, right? If you are wearing specs, you are not doing it yourself, right? You are depending on. So this is a trend which was recently. This is a misconception. Self independence and a misconception got start ayindi ippudu. But yeah, if from your point of sphere, it is very narrow. So it is if financially independent, so emotionally independent. Yeah, these things are narrow things. If you see the broader perspective, everybody is dependent on each and every, because we are social beings, social animal, we generally call it. Got it? So don't develop such kind of attitudes like full independency. So next one, lack of funding mechanism. Next one, defunct bodies. There is a lot of bodies regarding to deal with things. There are the defunction. Next one, lack of community based service. Any idea community based services? Any idea community based services? So if you are a mentally ill patient, there is an institution, right? That institution have a group of people. They will engage you in some different activities. For example, if a person if that organization or if a friend of you made you busy with some activity, you may have reduction in that what you can say the thought process, right? అది తగ్గుతుంది కదా మీకు. If you keep on busy with something, if you are, you know this concept, an idle man, what is this? Idle man's mind is devil's workshop. So that's is a fact of this mental health. So next one, Mental Health Care Act 2017, very very important of this act. So this act got completed 5 years of its journey, right? So there may be a chance of asking this one in the prelims. So it provides for what? Rights for persons with mental health illness, including right to access mental health care and treatment, the right to make decisions about their treatment, right to confidentiality and right to legal. These many rights are there, which has given by this Healthcare Act. Establishment of mental health review boards at where? At district level. Next, it decriminalizes attempted to the suicide. So you know which article? Which section? So do you have an idea? Like this is also a conditional. This is decriminalization of suicide is a conditional. So everybody is, if you are attempting suicide, everybody is not fit into the decriminalization. They will see this mental health, like whether he is, they have a certificate, each and everything. They will check whether he is a mental ill patient. All those things they will check. So next one, establishes a what? Central Mental Health Authority and State Mental Health Authorities, 2 authorities. So I have already told you, like if you are familiar with classes, when you want to put some policy, acts or something, 3 things are very common. One is the structure of it, one some like what you can say, some body will be there, some fund will be there. These things are very common when you are designing any kind of policy or any kind of recent, like development of recent acts. Either legislation cheyalante 3 things are very common. That is what? A structure, like first level, the top level, middle level, bottom level. Second one is what? That organization. Which organization should be there? At which place? Third one is the funding. These 3 are very common. If you don't know also, you can write these points. It's very common points. Yeah, which ministry? That's very common. But if you want to write something like ఆ 3 points వచ్చేస్తాయి మీకు. So next one, it establishes central mental health authority and state mental health authority to regulate mental health care and services and to promote the mental health. It prohibits the use of what? Electroconvulsive therapy without anesthesia and use of seclusion and restraint in mental health establishment except in exceptional circumstances. The Act provides for advance directives which allows individual to express their preferences for treatment and care in the event that they are unable to make decisions for themselves. Obviously, right? Did you get what this point says? Ardhamainda? It is what advance directive. If you are mentally ill, if you got connected with some person, they are okay. They will take care. Yeah, this person will take care of me. He has a good insight of me. He has an idea. You have that, right? So it's the same thing. So next one, government initiatives. You know, obviously Article 21. So next one, National Mental Health Program. It was something. This program, it is something around 1982. It is not a new one. It's a 4 to 5 decades back program. It is still going on. Mental health, what you can say, health program. So here there is a body will be there. It's a district level. Here they will be trained. This health program, it is not like something act or program. Next one, mental health care, which we have talked. National Suicide Prevention Strategy. Next one, Health and Wellness Center. Do you know this one? Health and Wellness Centers, which was talked in the like 2020 or 2021 budget. It is not a new one. So health and wellness. You do know PHC, Primary Healthcare Centers. Do you know? Do you have an idea? PHC. In that PHC, there is a development of health and wellness centers. So do you have yoga? Do you know yoga? Yoga? Anybody practice in this class? You practice it? Morning, evening, afternoon? ఇక్కడికి వచ్చాక పోయిందా? పీస్ పోయిందా? పోతుంది. So next one, National Mental Health Program. NIMHANS will conduct this telemental. There is a toll free number. If you open this page also, starting page, so there is a number, right? 01140769002. If you are free, just call to them. So there is a helpline called what? Kiran, and there is a Mano Darpan. It is for the school students. It's an awareness campaign. So next one, globally, World Health Day is observed on when? October 10th. So ilanti questions kuda adugutunnaru ee madhya. Earlier adige vallu kaadu. The date of this, what you can say, if last year they have asked on National Handloom Day, what is the date of the National Handloom Day? So this trend again started asking these days. In 2019, WHO launched a WHO special initiative for mental health. So universal health coverage for mental health to ensure access to the quality and affordable care. In 2020, WHO launched what? World Mental Health Report. So the reports can also be chance of asking in this prelims. Got it? So next one, what to do? Very, very important. I picked from the different sites of WHO and the like national like sites of this Indian NIMHANS, all those things, very important points. So at district mental health program, so we have told mental health program, what it need to provide is, it provide the class teachers, see how much deep they are going. So to where? Class teachers with knowledge and skills, obviously, right? So school nunchi bayataku vachaka you need to contact school what? Home nunchi bayataku vachaka the child will to develop where? Connect with where? School itself, right? So they should be trained well. So deal with that. For example, teacher bayam kante taking of clothes, that matters a lot. Knowledge to identify emotional conduct, scholastic and substance use. Do you know substance use means what? Drug abuse. Got it? So generally in some states, some the rural states, or if you come from the tribal background, they have a good amount of taking this substance, these drugs, which are familiar to their own native things. So you need to encounter with those things. So next one is what? Tele-mentoring based on NIMHANS ECHO model should be done properly. Digital mental health application for all related things. So there should be an digital mental health application. Do you have an idea about this one? Nothing much here. There is an application will be there. So condition, for example, are you eating food daily twice? Your mental condition is good. Some kind of queries will be there, right? Based on that, they will give score. Based on that score, you can go to the psychiatrist, because the psychiatrists generally ask that kind of questions only, right? When you go to them also. So prior to them, there is a form, something like in the digital mode. If you submit them, it's a very good for them to know it, right? Ante we are unable to express it, right? డాక్టర్ దగ్గర అయినా సరే నాకు ఇలా ఉందని చెప్పుకోలేము. బట్ ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఇస్ అ డిజిటల్ ఫార్మాట్ ఆర్ సంథింగ్, దే విల్ హ్యావ్ ఎ రిపోర్ట్. అంటే మాట లేకపోయినా సరే ఇట్ షోస్ వాట్ యు ఆర్, రైట్, ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ ఇంట్రోవర్ట్. సో దట్స్ ద రీజన్ వై this trend has again started. It's not a trend, it's a new thing got started. So next one, various community based interventions by non specialists. Next one, psycho reduction, adherence management, psychosocial rehabilitation, support for livelihood and referral in additional to facility based care. Next one is what? Yoga. Next one, awareness sessions. So I found one case study. Is it visible? George Institute of Global Health SMART mental health program, a digital mental health application for screening, management, referral and treatment depression, stress and suicidal risk in rural patients through primary health center in where? So revealed a positive treatment outcomes. So these should be done nationally. This is a pilot project. It's a collaboration with the international collaborations. These kind of case studies should be there in your mains answers. Ila raste, obviously they will give you 1 mark extra, obviously. So just go through this, nothing much. So mains practice question. Mental health care can be considered as an ultimate inner health. In the backdrop of this statement, discuss what are the issues and what are the initiatives to reduce this silent pandemic. Suggest measures to deal with this. Are you able to write this one based on our discussion? Got it? If you have any good points, if you have an extra points also, no issue, just try it. Go home, just try it. This is like an it will be very helpful for you, because ఇప్పుడు రాస్తే ఒక 9 minutes you can write an answer. ఎందుకు చెప్తున్నానంటే యూ నీడ్ టు రైట్ 9 minutesలో ఆన్సర్ రాయాలి మెయిన్స్లో. యూ డూ హ్యావ్ ఎన్ ఐడియా 150 word ఆన్సర్. సో ఇప్పుడు ఆల్రెడీ విన్నారు, యూ హ్యావ్ హర్డ్ దీస్ థింగ్స్. ట్రై టు రైట్ ఇన్ 9 minutes. ఇట్స్ లైక్ ఎ ప్రాక్టీస్ సెషన్ ఫర్ యూ. గాట్ ఇట్? సో జనరల్గా మనం చదువుకొని ఇట్ వోంట్ వర్క్అవుట్, బట్ ట్రై టు ఇలా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసుకుంటే ఇట్ విల్ ఎన్హాన్స్ యువర్ థింగ్స్. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ వాట్? prelims practice. Which of the following are true regarding what? NIMHANS. It is an institute of national importance, operates autonomously under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, which got its tag through Parliamentary Act. So next, second point is, it is the nodal agency to control the drug prices. So what is the first option? It is an institute of national importance. Yeah, recently 2012 it got the status of what? Institution of national importance through the Parliamentary Act. NIMHANS Act is there, 2012. Got it? So questions can be asked like this regarding single organization apart from the mental health issue. Next one, it is a nodal agency to control the drug prices. No, it is not the nodal agency. Got it? National Pharma Pricing Authority is the nodal agency to deal with the prices. So what is the answer? 1, 2, both, none? 1 only. So next one, West Asia Corridor, a historic step. PM. Who is PM? Narendra Modi. Fine. So after this class, just prepare your notes on connection with India and Saudi Arabia. So you need to do this work. Go home, make notes of India-Saudi Arabia relations. Got it? So what's this going to talk about is, it is a India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor. It is connecting from where? India to Middle East, then next Europe. So it's a very long journey. So what is the reason of it? Any idea? So apart from removing the Chinese angle, just tell me what could be the reason? Yeah, fine. So what I'm going to say? Yeah, tell me what you're saying. Yeah, one aspect, global south to global north. Next. So transportation. Next. So logistic ease will happen. Next. Yeah, very important. The point you need to talk first. The point is what it is established, is re-establishing the ancient trade routes. What? Re-establishing the ancient trade routes. When you are going to introduce, for example, if in the mains, if the question comes like India Middle East economic related corridor, the introduction should be there like it is not a new journey, it has already established journey. It is an re-establishing the ancient links. If you start in that dimension, అతనికి అర్థమైపోతుంది who is the examiner or something, like you have a good idea of this thing. Try to start in that way. So introductions or conclusions matters a lot. So everybody will try to write what you can say the body, like they have good amount of 5 to 6 points. If you are introducing well, it will obviously convince the examiner, right? So coming to here, so one reason, yeah, logistic is, so next one, global south to global north. Next one, what you have told, connecting ancient ties, yeah, spice route, ancient ties. Next one, internationalization of rupee, yeah, one aspect, internationalization of rupee. Next one, advance, think futuristic. Yeah, fine, that can also be. So one important thing, ఏ ఆన్సర్ వచ్చినా సరే you can mention this word. If you want to, ఎక్కడైనా సరే డిజిటైజేషన్ వర్డ్ అనేది ఫిట్ చేయొచ్చు. ఎనీ ఆన్సర్ లైక్ ఎథిక్స్లో కూడా యూ కెన్ ఫిట్ GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4, GS3, ఎక్కడైనా సరే యూ కెన్ ఫిట్ ద వర్డ్ ఆఫ్ డిజిటైజేషన్. ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు, లైక్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ mental health, we have already talked about digitization. Tell anything, you can fit that digitization aspect. Recently the Supreme Court also part of this National Judicial Grid. Earlier it is not a part of it. The yesterday paper, yeah, e-courts project is there. So if you see, this development of digitalization is happening worldwide. So if you see the G20 also, there are huge discussion regarding this G20. So the new trend that is called IR 4.0, you know, right? Industrial Revolution 4.0, based on this artificial intelligence and machine learning. So the trade can also be happened in that mode. For example, ease of the structures. You have told that internationalization of rupee. How to deal with this? You should have some digital platform to deal with it, right? డబ్బులు తీసుకొని అక్కడ ఏం పెట్టి మళ్ళీ తీసుకొని రాము కదా. There should be some ease, right? So next one is what? To bypass one country. Which country is that one? Pakistan. Got it? So coming to here, what is it? The IMEC, India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor, is a transnational rail and shipping route spread across two continents is a part of partnership. It's a part of what? Partnership for global infrastructure investment, a collaborative effort by whom? G7 nations to fund infrastructure project in where? Developing nations. Next one, a MOU has been signed between, so what are the, who are the countries lying in this IMEC? One is what? Saudi Arabia, it's a whole EU. Next one, India, UAE, France, 5, 6, 7, 8, US, Italy and Germany. So how many countries are there? Huh? Israel is part of it, but I don't know, like they are in what you can say. I have also seen that Israel is there, but in port is there. That's what I'm saying. Haifa port is there, but according to this MOU, this was signed between these people only. According to this MOU, but I have also seen, I have also confusion that there is Israel is a part of it also, but I didn't find it in the official page of this PIB also. So that's why I have kept that Israel aside. If you see in the future, in the advancement in the next news, we will try to find it out. Got it? I don't know then, but in the like PIB, like if you want, you just even though we know the facts, we need to go with the government documents itself. So Ministry of External Affairs page lo in the PIB, I didn't find the word of Israel. That's why I have skipped it. I have also got a thought of but I have seen the map of it, IMEC map unnapudu. I have also thought of the same thing, but I didn't find. So the IMEC will include two separate corridors. The east. So there are how many corridors? Two corridors. So the east corridor connecting India to Arabian Gulf, very, very important. This point is important. We'll talk about it. And the northern corridor connecting what? Arabian Gulf to Europe. So what is the objective of this one? Generating economic growth while incentivizing new investments in the region. Export of, very, very important. What is this? Export of clean energy. Tell me one example of the clean energy apart from solar, apart from wind. Clean, yeah. So here there is a huge focus on what? Green hydrogen. If you see, UAE and Saudi are very competing countries. UAE lo okati cheste obviously ga Saudi lo cheyalani they have a very competition between UAE and Saudi Arabia. So there is if you see the UAE, they are developing a what you can say hybrid plant of or you can say hydrogen plus solar. So they are taking the solar energy to do what? To make this green hydrogen. So they are using energy from where? Solar to make what? Hydrogen. So it's an overall green concept, right? There is no issue. For example, there are lots of types of hydrogen: green hydrogen, gray hydrogen, blue hydrogen. You have an idea, brown hydrogen. Just go home and just see it. So based on for example, if you develop from the coal, it comes under the brown hydrogen. Got it? From the fossil fuels, it develops from the other. If it is green, means you are developing from the solar energy, right? It's a green hydrogen. Very important. So the technological interventions between the both countries. So even support existing trade and manufacturing synergies, strengthening the food security. Very, very important. What? Food security. So these type of points matters a lot. Like ilanti IMEC lo food security and a concept meer place cheste, they'll get impressed. So generally it's an economical dimension, like you generally look it in that dimension, right? But if you look in food security also, it's a very good thing. So and supply chains. Next one, the project will also help link energy grids and technological communications slide to undersea cables, expand access to electricity and internet. So this is the early, like the what you can say, ancient map. Like ancient, like if you see this one, the project must be duped as what? A green and, the word is what? A green and digital bridge across continents and civilizations. So ancient routes. Earlier it is something around a spice route. Spices కోసం earlier, if you see this Peripleus of Erythraean Sea, there is a book of it. They have talked all things spice routes at that time. So now the thing has changed from this green to digital bridge. So you know, if you see, these are the ports. So one important port, Muziris, it's an ancient port in Kerala. The Muziris port, the question was asked in the previous year prelims. If you see that, like 2020 or 2021, there is a question on this previous year. So last year also I think they have a question, Pumpuhar, I think so. Yeah, last year also there is a question on this one. So there may be a chance of asking a ports. So why this? Because I am going to say something. So if you see here, earlier it is what? Here it is a choking point, right? What it is? Suez Canal, right? To reduce or bypass this Suez Canal, they are trying to establish this rail connection. Got it? So recently, like 4 to 5 months back, there's a ship got blocked in the Suez Canal. Do you have an idea? So due to this, lot of transport, lot of losses has happened. So this is the one reason. It's a very like future oriented. So they are going to reduce this domain. So this map is very important. Some locations are important for you. So mostly our locations, like Indian locations, the ports or something. So this was there in what you can say NCERT book also. So not this NCERT, previous NCERTs. So directly they are picking such kind of questions from the NCERTs itself. If you have good hold of the NCERT, you can write the ancient answers. So next one, why is this project being proposed? To increase prosperity, to deal with the lack of infrastructure needed for growth in lower and middle economic nations. Third, it coupled with turn the temperature down on turbulence, insecurity coming out of the Middle East, further strengthening the G20 group to counter the dominance of what? China's, or you can say two people are there, right? One is Vladimir Putin and China's Xi Jinping. So this is the exact map of it. From Mumbai to Jebel Ali, very these, what you can say, these names are very important for your map based questions from the prelims perspective. Jebel Ali, where it is? UAE. Next one, Al Guwai Fat, whatever. Harada, Saudi Arabia. Riyadh, you know it, right? Very famous. Saudi Arabia. Al Haditha, Saudi Arabia. Haifa is very important point. Israel. Next one, Piraeus, Egypt. So it's a sea route and rail route. So what are the benefits of this one? It builds the it rebuilds the ancient ties. Next one, provide a reliable and cost-effective cross-border ship to rail transit. So what are the two transport things here? Ship and rail. Like recently I visited this what you can say UAE. I have seen that there are 7 Emirates. Do you have an idea? UAE, you know UAE means United Arab Emirates. So they are developing a rail connection between these 7 Emirates. 7 Emirates are there, right? UAE. So they are developing a rail connection. So till now there is no rail connection between those things. So generally they mostly use this road transport. That road transport speeds are very heavy, 120, 140, something like that. You can. So if this rail comes, this is a part of this. What I am going to say is this is also a part of this project. They are connecting a 7 main Emirates. So which will reduce the time and each and everything. So IMEC is expected to increase efficiencies, reduce costs, enhance economic unity and generate jobs. Each and everything will be there. Destination for India's engineering exports, very important. This point is important from the Indian perspective. Destination for what? India's engineering exports are primarily at the Middle East and Europe. Opportunity to create green hydrogen would serve as an alternative to what? Suez Canal. Counter to Pakistan refusal to permit access by land. Connectivity between what? Indo-Pacific region and Mediterranean. Obviously, right, if India starts means Indo-Pacific region starts, right? So, it's overall connected, like counter to which initiative? Belt and Road Initiative. So, challenges already BRI వచ్చేసి 10 years అయిపోయింది. So, it has debt trap diplomacy already happening, you know, right? Debt. So, some countries are still in the debt trap of this. For example, Sri Lanka is one important country. Next one, dominance of USA. So, next one, huge funding required for laying network of railways, roads and ports connectivity across the countries require a high level of coordination planning. Italy, Saudi Arabia and UAE are also part of, so overlapping thing is also there. These are some of the challenges. So, next one, the mains practice question is, with the launch of Middle East Europe economic corridor, there is a revival of ancient times in lights of future connection. Analyze. Got it? Are you able to write this answer? No? Right or రాయగలరా లేదా రాయలేరా? Fine. The prelims practice question. Which of the following pairs are correct? Jabal Al Ali. Where it is? Is it Saudi Arabia or UAE? Harad. Where is Harad? Saudi Arabia. Is it right or wrong? Haifa, Iran. Israel, right? What is the answer? A, B, C, D. What is the answer? None, right? So, why I have chosen none? నేను ఎందుకు ఈ క్వశ్చన్లో ఫ్రేమ్ చేశాను? ఎనీ ఐడియా? డూ హ్యావ్ ఎన్ ఐడియా? ఎందుకు నన్ను వచ్చేలాగా ఫ్రేమ్ చేసిన ఐడియా ఉందా? చెప్పండి ఎవరన్నా. యా, ఆబ్వియస్లీ నెగిటివ్స్ ఏమైనా ఉంటే కరెక్ట్ ఇంకా మైండ్లో అంత పడదనమాట. రాంగ్ అన్నప్పుడు విల్ స్ట్రెస్ మోర్. ఇది ఎందుకు చెప్తున్నా అంటే వెన్ యూఆర్ డూయింగ్ ప్రిలిమ్స్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసే ప్రిలిమ్స్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు రాంగ్ అయినప్పుడు ఆబ్వియస్లీ విల్ స్ట్రెస్ మోర్. అలా స్ట్రెస్ చేస్తేనే దట్ ఐక్యూ లెవెల్స్ విల్ బిల్డ్ చేసుకోండి అది. సో నెక్స్ట్ వన్, దర్ ఇస్ సింపోజియం కాల్డ్ నథింగ్ మచ్ హియర్. So there is the symposium is being the symposium. What is the symposium name? It's a global symposium on farmers' rights. So these articles are not that much interesting or what you can say, not that much important to the mains. These articles are very good amount of weightage to the prelims. So these type of questions earlier they have asked. I didn't put that previous year question, but this type of questions regarding the agriculture they have asked. So nothing much you need to note in this symposiums, like where it was happened, when it was happened, what are the who are the members of it. So the first time or second time or something. So any outcomes has come from this event. That's it. It's a very basic things you need to know when you are doing such kind of no need of connecting with these things. So one important thing, there isn't one convention, UPOV. It's a plant protection convention. It's an international convention. Okay, UPOV, and one act is there that is called what? PPVFR Act, Protection of Plant Varieties and Farmers' Right Act. These two you need to go home and make a notes of it. So who are the part of this symposium? Secretariat of International Treaty on Plant Genetic Resources. So what I am going to say is, go home, each and every prepare notes for each and every topic. For example, first one is what? Secretariat of the International Treaty on Plant Genetic Resources for Food and Agriculture of the FAO. So part of this FAO. So prepare notes on FAO. What are the important points regarding? Next one is what? Hosted by whom? So apart from this Agriculture Ministry. So this is PPVFR. What is this? Protection of Plant Varieties and Farmers' Right Authority. There is an act. Do you have an idea about this? Anyone have idea? Yeah, PepsiCo issue has happened, the potato issue. Mostly like it's regarding what? Lace chips. The Lace chips, there is a variety which was developed by this PepsiCo. So it has given to a group of farmers, cooperative farming generally called as. So to them they have grown that crop. So they have taken some of this and they have given to other people to grow, and they are growing in some small fields. This PepsiCo has filed a case on this group of farmers, right? So what the judgment has came on this case is because they are not selling on the brand name. అంటే ఎవరైతే ఫార్మర్స్ గ్రో చేస్తున్నారో దే ఆర్ నాట్ సెల్లింగ్ ఒక బ్రాండ్ పెట్టుకొని ఆ సీడ్స్ని అమ్మట్లేదు. దే ఆర్ జస్ట్ గ్రోయింగ్ ఇన్ దట్ ఏరియా. It's not hampering their huge business of them. Got it? So India, so based on this act, there is an act called, I have told you, that BPVFR Act. So there are 3 rights. One is breeder rights, one is farmer rights, next one is researcher rights. 3 rights are there. So here farmer can grow a variety called extant variety. Extant variety of seeds or plants. What this extant variety means, when you develop, for example, you got a seed over here, right? After this plant, so after this potato growing or something, you got seed. So if you enhance these properties, this seed, like in that field, or you directly use it in the field, it will comes under what? Extant variety. So you can use this according to this act. But until and unless you didn't promote in the sense of a brand, you are taking these seeds and you are labeling it with something X, some brand. Okay. So then it may be sued or something, but they are not selling in this mode. So that's why the court cancelled this case. So there is a convention called UPOV. So this convention recognizes this, even though what maybe it is, you need to be sued because it is out of their box. It is compliance with WTO. It is not. It is against the fair practice of their trade. So that's why coming to this, there is a comparison between. So India is not part of this UPOV, but it has taken some provisions of this UPOV. Got it? Just go home. Just make a notes of this UPOV and PPVFR Act. So mostly I itself covered, but write the points regarding it. Next one, ICAR. Do you know ICAR means? Indian Council of Agricultural Research. Next one, IRAI, ICAR India Agriculture Research Institute. So next one, ICAR, NB, National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources. Just go home. I have told you, make a notes on FAO, ICAR. Next one is PPV, what you can say, PPVFR. So coming to here, which of the following are true regarding the global symposium on the farmers' rights? Online plant variety registration portal was inaugurated at this event. Is it correct? Yeah, according to this event, it is right. They have launched a registration portal to register the plant varieties. Next one is what? Indian Council of Agri Research, WHO, the International Union for Protection of Plant New Varieties, that is called UPOV, got participated in this event. That this has participated? You have seen anywhere over here? No, right? So these ఇలా క్వశ్చన్స్ ఫ్రేమ్ చేస్తారు. అంటే 2 known థింగ్స్ పెడతారు. ఫిలిమ్స్ ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే 2 known థింగ్స్ పెడతారు, 3rd unknown థింగ్ పెడతారు. అంటే మోస్ట్లీ 90 to 80% ఇలానే ఉంటుంది. ఇఫ్ దే డెవలప్ ఇలాంటి స్టేట్మెంట్ డెవలప్ చేశారంటే మటుకి ఒకటి రాంగ్ పెడతారు 80 to 90%. If you based on my previous year analysis paper చేయటం బట్టి చెప్తున్నాను. So they'll try to put some wrong thing, so that you need to notice whether it's a part of it or not. Got it? So what is the answer, right or wrong? This one, it's a wrong. So next one, this is the third event ever summit organized. This is the first time it's going to organize. Which time? First time. So what is the answer? One option, two option, three option, and none. First one is there, a registration portal is there. So next one, UPO is not part of this symposium. Third one is what? It's a first ever summit. Then answer is what? One only. So any idea about this one? It's not something related to Aditya, but it is a NASA orbiter had recognized this pico flares. Any idea? So there is an, solar wind is there. From the sun there is an emanation of some wind. At one point of time there is a huge amount of energy this solar wind will releases. That energy they have named it as what? Pico flares. Why? Because based on its strength. Where is it? These jets named as pico, as they carried approximately how much? 1 trillionth as much as energy as the largest flares that sun is believed to be able produced. So how much? 1 trillionth more. So pico is an order of magnitude that denotes 10 power 12 or 1 trillionth of unit. Ant energy it is going to pass out. The phenomenon responsible for creating these jets in the sun's coronal holes is likely what? The word is what? It is not proved. They are assuming it may be because of magnetic, what you can say, reconnection. Magnetic reconnection involves breaking and reconnecting of magnetic field lines, which release a substantial amount of stored energy. So pico flare jets are small scale phenomena on the sun that releases a significant amount of energy in a short period, typically lasting only a few dozen seconds. So what are the points you people need to consider is, just go home, more read about the solar wind. So first point is a long term or short term? It is not long term. Next one, will it last hours, like days? Seconds. So it is not days or something. Next one is what? What may be the reason of it? Magnetic reconnection. So pico means what? Nearly 10 power 12. If you are able to recognize at least ఈ పాయింట్స్ మీకు మైండ్లో ఉంటే యూ కెన్ ఈజీలీ రైట్. ఎలాంటి దీనికి సంబంధించిన ప్రిలిమ్స్ క్వశ్చన్ వచ్చినా మీరు రాసేయచ్చు. ఇలా బేస్ చేసుకొని అడుగుతాడు. గాట్ ఇట్? సో కమింగ్ టు హియర్, పికో ఫ్లేర్ రీసెంట్లీ సీన్ ఇన్ న్యూస్ రిలేటెడ్ టు విచ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫాలోయింగ్? నానో టెక్నాలజీ, సోలార్ సిస్టమ్, న్యూ ప్లాంట్ వెరైటీ, కోవిడ్ టెస్ట్. వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఆన్సర్? సోలార్ సిస్టమ్. కొంచెం ఇలానే అడుగుతాడు, మరి అంటే డిఫరెంట్ డైమెన్షన్స్లో అడుగుతాడు ప్రిలిమ్స్లో క్వశ్చన్స్. ఇఫ్ యూ సీ ద ప్రీవియస్ ఇయర్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఆల్సో దే విల్ ఆస్క్ ఇన్ డైమెన్షన్. ఇలా కాకుండా అంటే ఇఫ్ నాట్ దిస్ రీసెంట్లీ సీన్ ఇన్ న్యూస్, ఇఫ్ హీ వాంట్ టు ఆస్క్ ఏ క్వశ్చన్ exclusively on this pico flare, these are the points you need to consider. Got it? So foreign teams joined rescue work after Morocco earthquake. So from the point of prelims and mains, from the point of prelims and mains, it's both important. From the, if you see the last year there is an earthquake, I think so. What is the earthquake? Turkey earthquake. Yes, Turkey, there is an earthquake has happened. So based on that earthquake, if you see the 2023 prelims, there is an static question was asked on what? Earthquake. Turkey earthquake base cheskoni, it's a strike slip earthquake. It's different from normal earthquakes. It's a strike slip earthquake. Types untayi anamata earthquakes lo. So based on that, they have asked a question in where? Prelims. Got it. In that same dimension, if you see the events which was happening in the globally, this map based trend has started. At least 4, if you see the 3 to 4 questions was asked in the last year itself. Huge weightage, means 6 marks to 8 marks. Got it? So we don't know, like in any dimension they may ask. They have asked in the last year, they have asked in a static way. This year we don't know. So it may ask in the mains or prelims or something. But we need to some information regarding this Morocco. That's my main intention here is. So I've already told you, when you are studying any country, continent, each and every anything, try to do it in what? Clockwise approach. Got it? What is this clockwise approach? For example, if it starts from here, what is Strait of Gibraltar? So it separates what? Atlantic Ocean and Mediterranean Sea. A question can be framed like this: Mediterranean Sea and Atlantic Ocean got separated by what? Which strait? Or else Strait of Gibraltar separates which oceans? A question ala adagachu, it dippayina adagachu. This is one question. There may be possibility of asking. The second question is, Strait of Gibraltar separates from which country to which country? Spain and this Morocco. Second question. Second question. So next one, what you can say? Morocco borders which of the following sea bodies? So third question. What is the third question? Sea border ఏమేమి ఉన్నాయి మొరక్కోలో? First one is Atlantic, next one is Mediterranean Sea, right? Third mode of question. So fourth question is Mauloya River, recently seen in news. Which country? So fourth question, right? So next question is what? Atlas Mountains, Atlas Mountain Range. Say fifth question. See how many questions they can frame from a single topic. So this is my search. If they have more search, inka frame chese chances untayi kada. Got it? 5 different questions. So coming to here, so another question, sixth question. Which of the countries which borders Morocco? Which of the African countries which borders Morocco? So sixth question, right? Which of the following are true regarding Atlas Mountains? A geography thing. So it separates the Sahara Desert from the Mediterranean Sea and Atlantic Ocean. Is it correct? It's correct one. So Sahara Desert, right? So mountain range is there, right? Mediterranean Sea is there, right? Atlantic Ocean, yeah, it separates, right? So first option is right. So next one, it entirely lies in the Morocco. That is the reason why, this is the reason why the frequent earthquakes was happened. So it is not entirely lying, what you can say, Morocco. It has 2 other countries also. This Algeria also, it's a part of this one. Next one is Western Sahara also. So em chestarante idi news lo undi. We don't go that much deep. So we need to know what this, where this mountain range spans over. So it doesn't ఇలా సబ్స్టాన్షియల్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఒకటి ఇస్తారనమాట. ఏంటంటే ఇది మొరక్కోలో ఉండటం వల్ల ఈ ఎర్త్క్వేక్ అయింది అంటారు. దే విల్ చేంజ్ యువర్ మైండ్. ఆబ్వియస్గా థాట్ వస్తుందో లేదా, అది దానిలో ఉండటం వల్ల మేబీ వచ్చి ఉండొచ్చు అన్న థాట్తో ఉంది. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్ ఆఫ్, డూ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎన్ ఐడియా ఆఫ్ దిస్ రీజన్ ఫర్ దిస్ ఎర్త్క్వేక్? Yeah, convergence of plates. For example, this Eurasian plate with this African plate. So they are getting closer. So that's the reason why this earthquake has happened. So next one is what? The range's highest peak is what? Toubkal, which is in the central Morocco with an elevation. No need of this elevation. It's central Morocco. Is it right or wrong? నేను అక్కడ లేదు, జనరల్గా చెప్తున్నా. ఇట్స్ రైట్ option. So next one, the Atlas mountains are primarily inhabited by the Berber population. So these are the very interesting facts. These are the facts. So why I didn't mention each and everything regarding this Atlas mountain. So ila news lo vachinappudu ila unnappudu you need to details in the details you need to know. So if you know the details of each and everything, for example, individual questions, there may be chance of framing individual questions. For example, Berber population recently seen in news belongs to which of the following country, continent? Got it? So one question, and individual question frame change. Next one, highest peak, the Taugbal is the highest peak in which of the following mountains? Got it? So very important, which I found very interesting, is what? Dark. Any idea? Idea on the Miku? Tell me one example. Correct. So are they good or bad? Are they good or bad? Huh? Obviously, right? So you need to think from two perspectives. Good for them, bad for them. But in some cases, it may be good for us also. In some cases, if you are really interested in it, so that's the reason why they are unable to frame exact regulations to it. Endukante, for example, you need a product. Ultimately, you need one product that is much needed for you. 80%, for example, 80 rupees unte, if you subscribe to it, ఒక 15-20% ఆఫ్ ఇస్తా అన్నాడు. ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్తో నీకు నీడ్ ఉంది, 20% తగ్గించుకుంటున్నావు లేదా నువ్వు? ఇఫ్ యూ సబ్స్క్రైబ్ టు ఇట్. కానీ దట్స్ వాట్ ఐఎమ్ సేయింగ్, ఇట్స్ యువర్ డిజిటల్ అవేర్నెస్ షుడ్ బి దేర్ ఫర్ యూ. దానికి నెక్స్ట్ ఇది ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్ ముందు ప్రతిసారి సైన్ ఇన్ అవుతే కొనుక్కోవడం కాదు. ఇట్స్ నాట్ దట్ గేమ్, రైట్? ఇఫ్ హ్యావ్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్, సో ఇట్స్ ఎ గుడ్ థింగ్ ఆల్సో దేర్, రైట్? Zomato Gold membership, it's not good in my perspective, but it's good both dimensions are there. If you are a frequent user, but see one person like if they have analyzed the Swiggy data of this Zomato data, like who are regularly ordering the things in a year, they have spent nearly 1.2 to 1.3 lakhs on food ordering. So 1 lakh, what it means? If you are ordering to a family, obviously ఒక ఫ్యామిలీకి ఆర్డర్ చేస్తే 1000 కంటే తక్కువ అవ్వదు కదా. ఒక 4 గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్కి ఆర్డర్ చేసినప్పుడు మోస్ట్లీ బిర్యానీ ఏదైనా ఆర్డర్ చేసినా సరే 1000 కంటే తక్కువ అవ్వదు కదా. ఇఫ్ యూ కీప్ ఆన్ వీక్ ఒక 4-5 టైమ్స్ ఆర్డర్ చేసినా సరే, ఇట్ ఈస్ సంథింగ్ షోయింగ్ రేట్ ఇన్ దట్ అమౌంట్. అంటే ఒక వీక్ ఆర్డర్. ఇఫ్ యూ ఆర్ ఆర్డరింగ్ ఫర్ ఇండివిజువల్ మీన్స్ పొద్దున ఒకటి, మధ్యాహ్నం ఒకటి, ఈవినింగ్ ఒకటి, నైట్ ఒకటి. సో వీ జనరలీ డెవలప్, వీ హ్యావ్ అల్టిమేట్ గేమ్ నైట్ 12కి క్రేవింగ్ వస్తుంది ఐస్ క్రీమ్ తినాలని. వీల్ ఆర్డర్ ఇట్, రైట్? జనరల్లీ హ్యాపీస్, ఎందుకంటే యాక్సెసిబుల్ ఉంది కాబట్టి వీఆర్ డూయింగ్ దట్ వన్. ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ యాక్సెసిబుల్, ఇట్స్ నాట్ పాసిబుల్ ఫర్ అస్, రైట్? సో కమింగ్ టు హియర్, డార్క్ ప్యాటర్న్స్ ఆర్ వాట్? ఎనీ ప్రాక్టీసెస్ ఫర్ డిసెప్టివ్ డిజైన్ ప్యాటర్న్స్ యూజింగ్ యూజర్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్. వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ద వర్డ్ ఇస్ వాట్? యూజర్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్. అదే ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఎప్పుడైనా సరే టు డీల్ విత్ దిస్. ఈ డిజిటల్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్లో యూజర్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్తోనే డీలింగ్ ఉంటుంది. ఎందుకంటే ఒక యాప్ నచ్చుతుంది, ఒక యాప్ నచ్చదు మీకు. ఇఫ్ యూ సీ ద అమెజాన్, ఇట్ ఈస్ అనేబుల్ టు ఫైండ్ సమ్ ఫ్యాషన్ ఎలిమెంట్స్. ఒక డ్రెస్ కావాలి అంటే సజెషన్స్ చాలా తక్కువ ఉంటాయి అమెజాన్ ఓపెన్ చేసినప్పుడు. ఇఫ్ యూ ఓపెన్ దట్ సేమ్ థింగ్ ఇన్ ద మింత్రా ఆర్ సంథింగ్, యూ కెన్ ఈజీ లైక్ 50% ఆఫ్ ఫర్ దిస్ వన్, 40% ఆఫ్ దిస్ బ్రాండ్, this will be there, right? So user interface is a game changer in this dark patterns dealing with, or user experience interactions on any platform designed to mislead or trick user to something they originally did not intend. The word is what? For example, one example I'll tell you. If you are going to book a hotel room, right? So huge demand is there. 2 rooms left. బుక్ సూన్. ఇలాంటిది ఎప్పుడైనా చూసారా? ఎగ్జాంపుల్, యూ హ్యావ్ సీన్ హోటల్ రూమ్ బుక్ చేయాలంటే 2 రూమ్స్ లెఫ్ట్ ఉన్నాయి, త్వరగా బుక్ చేసుకోండి. దే విల్ గివ్ కింద ఒక సజెషన్ బాక్స్ ఉంటుంది అనమాట. సో So will you take it as a positive dimension or a negative dimension? Huh? For some it is positive. For some it is negative. Why? Because it is creating your mental అలాగా దాన్ని ఏమంటారు, మెంటల్గా డిస్టర్బ్ చేసి ఒక సెకండ్ ఆప్షన్కి వెళ్ళనీయకుండా చేస్తుంది, ఇంకొక సెర్చ్ చేయకుండా. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఈ హోటలే కాకుండా యూ కెన్ సర్చ్ ఫర్ అనదర్ హోటల్, రైట్? ఇట్స్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్, ఇట్స్ క్రియేట్స్ అర్జెన్సీ ఇన్ యూ. దట్స్ వాట్ ఐమ్ గోయింగ్ టు సే. ఇట్స్ క్రియేట్ ఆబ్వియస్లీ, రైట్? 2 rooms ఉన్నాయి, అమ్మ చేసేసుకుంటే అయిపోయింది అనుకుంటామా లేదా? అంటే ఇంకేమనుకో 2 rooms ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి ఈ హోటల్ బాగుందని అనుకుంటామా లేదా? That's how we feel, right? So they will play like this. So from the perspective, and 2 different perspectives untai. That's the reason why they are unable to regulate this dark patterns property. Edi correct ah, edi wrong ah anedi they are unable to regulate it. So what to do? Originally they intend to do by subverting or impairing the consumer autonomy, decision making or choice, amounting to misleading advertisement or unfair trade practice or violation of consumer rights. This is the definition of it. Like where you can fit this one, like in the GS 1 2 3 4, yeah, science and technology. Next, ethics, you can fit it, right? So you have this idea. So scratch chases the mystery offer. So how they will play with you, see, get my offer, I don't want my mystery offer. అంటే జనరల్గా ఇఫ్ సంథింగ్ ఇట్స్ పైన ఇక్కడ ఏంటి ఇంత పెద్దగా ఇచ్చారు, కింద ఏమి ఇచ్చారు, ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్. జనరల్గా ఇక్కడ 15% స్క్రాచ్ చేసి ఏదో ఒక ఆఫర్ వస్తుందంటే మిస్లీడ్ చేసినట్టే కదా. దట్స్ వాట్ ఐమ్ గోయింగ్ టు సేస్. సో జనరల్లీ వీ డోంట్ క్లిక్ దిస్ ఆప్షన్, రైట్? ఎందుకు వద్దనుకుంటే వాడు ఇస్తున్నాడు కదా. We don't have that much awareness, right? Whether it is correct, wrong, అవన్నీ మనకు తెలియదు కదా. We don't dull. So that is positive call action and the negative call action. These things you need to write when you are writing your mains answers. This one example is enough for you. Next one is what? For example, there is a, in the cart ready made 2 products add అయి ఉంటాయి already. For example, subscription charge అంటే నువ్వు తీసేసుకోవాలి దాన్ని. Already it's there in your cart. It's up to you to whether to remove or not. If not, obviously, for example, if you are buying a phone, obviously it's suggesting no, they are putting the case of 199 or 299 rupees. Obviously mind లో ఏం ట్యూన్ అవుతుంది, 199 కదా, దాంతోపాటు వచ్చేసి కొత్త ఫోన్ కొనేసుకోవచ్చు అని ఐడియా ఉంటుందా లేదా? You generally feel it, right? So that's how they play the game with this dark patterns. So next one, what are the types? Very, very important. Types are very important for your both prelims and mains exam. So ఎందుకంటే సైబర్ థ్రెట్స్, సైబర్ సెక్యూరిటీ గురించి హ్యూజ్ వెయిటేజ్ ఉంది. సో earlier also there is also a question, they have asked the types regarding the cyber security, cyber threats. For example, social conditioning, do you have idea? Cyber threat, social conditioning. Tell me any examples of, not about the social conditioning కాకుండా ఇంకేం ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ఉన్నాయి? Denial of service, phishing, do you have an idea? Malware, spyware, ransomware. So our dimensions questions exhaust అయిపోయింది. That's what I'm going to say is new trend has started in this dimension. So ilanti each and everything meaning is important. So those what explanation definition is important for this one. So first one is what? False urgency, which we have already talked. The 2 rooms left booking or something. So this tactic creates a sense of urgency or scarcity to pressure consumers in making a purchase or taking an action. Next one is what? Basket sneaking. ఏం అడగరు, జస్ట్ ద బాస్కెట్ స్నీకింగ్ వర్డ్ రీసెంట్లీ సీన్ ఇన్ న్యూస్ రిలేటెడ్ విచ్ ఆర్ ద ఫాలోయింగ్: డార్క్ ప్యాటర్న్స్, డార్క్ ఎనర్జీ, ఆల్ దీస్ థింగ్స్ విల్ బి దేర్. సో వెబ్సైట్స్ ఆర్ యాప్స్ యూస్ డార్క్ ప్యాటర్న్స్ టు అడిషనల్ ప్రొడక్ట్స్ ఆర్ సర్వీసెస్ టు షాపింగ్ వితౌట్ యూజర్ కంటెంట్, ద విచ్ ఐ హావ్ టాక్డ్, బాస్కెట్ స్నీకింగ్. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ వాట్? సబ్స్క్రిప్షన్ ట్రాప్. ఎనీ ఐడియా? If you want to desubscribe to that account, there are something 8 to 9 steps you need to do. అక్కడ ఏమైందంటే 4 minutes 5 minutes పడుతుంది అనమాట. ఒక 2 to 3 minutes రాగానే వీటికి చిరాకు వచ్చేసి హీ విల్ లీవ్ ఇట్, లెట్ ఇట్ బి, వదిలేసుకో అంటే వాడిన బిజీ లైఫ్లో లెట్ ఇట్ బి అన్న కాంటెక్స్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు. సో దెర్ ఇస్ EU హ్యాస్ పాస్డ్ ఏ రెగ్యులేషన్. EUలో ఒక కేసు నడిచింది అమెజాన్ మీద. విచ్ కంపెనీ? అమెజాన్ మీద దేర్ ఇస్ ఎ కేసు నడిచింది. సో ఇన్ 3 స్టెప్స్లో యూ కెన్ వాట్ యూ కెన్ సే సర్వీసెస్ బ్రేక్ డౌన్ చేసుకోవచ్చు అనమాట. సో దీస్ టైప్ షుడ్ కమ్. సో నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ వాట్? కన్ఫర్మ్ షేమింగ్, విచ్ ఐ హ్యావ్ టోల్డ్ యూ రైట్ స్టార్టింగ్. అంటే నువ్వు కొనుక్కోలేవా, నీకు అవసరం లేదా. దట్స్ వాట్ ఐ, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఐ మిస్డ్ యూ దీస్ మెనీ డేస్. జొమాటో, యూ హ్యావ్ ఐడియా రైట్. ఇవాంటిని కన్ఫర్మేషన్ అంటే మిస్ చేశారు, నన్ను ఎందుకు మిస్ చేస్తాను, నా దగ్గరికి రా. వాళ్ళు చేస్తున్న టాక్టిక్స్ ఇవే. బట్ మనకి ఇవన్నీ ఏం తెలియవు కదా. వీ డోంట్ గో దట్ మచ్ డీప్ లర్నింగ్ ఆల్ దోస్ థింగ్స్ రైట్. బట్ యూ షుడ్ బి అవేర్. సో యూ ఆర్ డీలింగ్ విత్ ద ఫ్యూచర్ థింగ్ రైట్. So next one is what? The same thing. Next one, forced action. This involves forcing consumers into taking an action that may not want to take, as signing up for service in order to access content. You know it? Any example? If you go to recent restaurants or something, first of all QR code పెడతారు అక్కడ. పెట్టంగానే obviously they sign up అడుగుతుంది, or else mobile number అడుగుతుంది. To access the menu, type your mobile number అని ఉంటుంది. You have an idea? ఎప్పుడు చూసి ట్రై చేశారా? దే హ్యావ్ రిమూవ్ దట్ ఫిజికల్ మెనూ తీసేసి జస్ట్ స్కాన్ క్యూఆర్ పెడతారు. ఆబ్వియస్లీ క్యూఆర్ పెట్టంగానే ఏం చేయాలి, నువ్వు మొబైల్ నెంబర్ ఇస్తేనే యాక్సెసిబుల్ అవుతుంది కదా. యు ఆర్ ఫోర్స్డే కదా అది, దట్స్ ఫోర్సింగ్ ఆన్ యూ టు యాక్ట్. సో బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దట్ ఆబ్వియస్లీ దే విల్ టేక్ యువర్ నెంబర్ రైట్, దే విల్ సెల్ యువర్ నెంబర్ టు సమ్ అదర్ XXXX. అదే చెప్తున్నాను కదా, మనకు తెలియకుండా ఒక గ్లూమీలో ఒకటి కాల్ చేస్తాడు, మీకు లోన్ ఇస్తాను తీసుకోండి అని. వచ్చాయి ఎప్పుడైనా? యూ గెట్ సచ్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ కాల్స్? హౌ యూ విల్ గెట్? బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దిస్ ప్యాటర్న్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్. ఎనీబడి హ్యావ్ ఎన్కౌంటర్డ్ దిస్ థింగ్? ఎనీ మాల్స్కి వెళ్ళారు ఎప్పుడైనా? షాపింగ్ మాల్కి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు కింద దే విల్ ఆస్క్ యూ లైక్ సైన్ రాయండి మీకు లక్కీ డ్రా వస్తుందని. ఎనీ ఐడియా? ఒక చిన్న స్లిప్ ఇచ్చేసి దే విల్ ఆస్క్ యూ టు రైట్ ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ నేమ్. లక్కీ డ్రా వస్తుంది. టు బీ ఫ్రాంక్, లక్కీ డ్రా విల్ కమ్. దట్ లక్కీ డ్రా యూ విల్ గెట్ సమ్ కిచెన్ సెట్ or 2 bowls or 1 bowl. So there is another thing like what I am going to say here is, so that bowl, mostly those data is there right, the data which they are connected, they will collect right, they mostly sell it to this real estate. In Hyderabad, it's mostly the data which getting to this ఏదైతే సేల్తో వస్తుంది అన్ని మోస్ట్లీ రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ వాళ్ళకి వెళ్తాయి. సో ఇఫ్ యూ ఎన్కౌంటర్ మోస్ట్లీ యుల్ గెట్ రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ కాల్స్. దస్ ప్లాట్ ఈజ్ అవైలబుల్ ఉంది, మీరు కొనుక్కుంటారా? హౌ దే విల్ గెట్ యువర్ డేటా? వన్ ఆఫ్ ద బిగ్ రీజన్, ఇది హైదరాబాద్ పర్స్పెక్టివ్ చెప్తున్నాను, మోస్ట్లీ ఇట్స్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ వరల్డ్ వైడ్ ఆల్సో, డోంట్ నో ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ. సో ఇట్స్ అ ఫోర్స్డ్ యాక్షన్. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఇస్ వాట్? Nagging. It refers to persistent, repetitive, annoying, constant criticism, complaints, request for action. Got it? అర్థమైందా? నాగింగ్ అంటే ఏంటి? ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఇఫ్ యూ డింట్ సైన్ అప్, వై యూ నాట్ కీపింగ్ సైన్ అప్ చేసుకోండి, యూ విల్ గెట్ దిట్ ఆఫర్. కీప్ ఆన్ అలా వస్తూ ఉంటాయి అనమాట. ఆ సిరీస్ ఆఫ్ ఈవెంట్స్ అలా వస్తాయి. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఇస్ వాట్? interference. This tactic involves making it difficult to consumer to take certain actions such as cancelling a subscription or deleting an account, which we have already talked. Next one, bait and switch. This involves advertising one product. So oka product advertise chesi oka lower quality ni they will deliver you. చూడడానికి ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇన్స్టాగ్రామ్లో విల్ కీప్ ఆన్ సర్చింగ్, చూడంగానే అబ్బా ఫోటో సూపర్ ఉంది అనుకుంటాం, డ్రెస్. ఇఫ్ యూ ఆర్డర్ దట్ ప్రొడక్ట్, వీ డింట్ ఫైల్ దట్ సేమ్ థింగ్ రైట్. వాళ్ళు ఏంటి లైటింగ్ కండిషన్స్, దే విల్ డెవలప్ ఎ గుడ్ సెన్స్ ఆఫ్ థింగ్, బట్ అల్టిమేట్లీ యూ విల్ ఎండ్ అప్ విత్ లో క్వాలిటీ ప్రొడక్ట్. నెక్స్ట్ వన్, హిడెన్. This tactics involves hiding additional, for example, if you are ordering something also, there is some convenience fees they will charge. Here they will give some I mark. Any idea? Even order, for example, if you are ordering AGO ilanti apps lo order chesinappudu convenience fee antaru, there will be I mark. Ante if you tap this, then they will show what are the charges they are putting, until and unless you generally think it's a convenience fee for them, but you don't know exact what is there here, right? So you need to be aware of those things. So next one, what? Disguised ads. Disguised ads or advertisements that are designed to look like other type of content such as news articles or user generated content. Any idea? Recently if you see, దానికి సంబంధం లేదు కానీ పిఐబి లాంటి పేజే క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నారు తెలుసా? డూ యు నో పిఐబి? సేమ్ అలాంటి పేజే ఇంకొకరు డెవలప్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఐ డోంట్ నో ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ, బట్ సేమ్ పిఐబి లాగే ఉంటుంది. ఇఫ్ యూ ఓపెన్ ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ లుక్ లైక్స్ సేమ్. గవర్నమెంట్ చెప్తున్నాను, అలా కాకుండా ఇప్పుడు నార్మల్గా ఏదైనా సరే సమ్ సైట్స్ ఆర్ దేర్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ సిమిలర్. ఆ యూజర్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్ ఎలా ఉంది, యూజర్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్ కూడా సేమ్ అలానే ఉంటుంది. ఇట్స్ లైక్ ఎ క్లోన్ సంథింగ్, బట్ దే విల్ చేంజ్ సమ్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ బావర్చి టు గ్రీన్ బావర్చి. ఎట్లా అంటే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇది ఫిజికల్ పర్స్పెక్టివ్లో చెప్తున్నా. బయట ఒక రూరల్ విలేజ్ నుంచి వచ్చినప్పుడు బావర్చి, ఇట్స్ వెరీ ఫేమస్ ఇన్ హైదరాబాద్ ఫర్ బిర్యానీ. So he don't have idea of green bawarchi, red bawarchi, all those things, right? He has an idea of what? Bawarchi. But this green bawarchi will written like this. Bawarchi will be like written this. Green ever chudutaru generally. The name is green bawarchi only, but generally they will highlight this one. Next one, Kritunga. Any idea? So that Kritunga also Sri Kritunga. That Sri will be small Sri or else this Shri. Next one, Kritunga is this much. Original, it is not original, but this Shri. Got it? What I am going to say is, so physical perspective, same thing. In the digital perspective lo kuda ilane unnai annamata present ippudu. So what are the issues? Yes, let me know. Meer cheppandi. At least tell me your 5 issues. Privacy. Next. It will reduce your savings. Next. So not from individual perspective, tell from like community, society, like overall nation, all this perspective. Yeah, consumerism. Consumerism, it promotes consumerism. Next one. Misleading information. Yeah, it comes to this. Yeah, same thing regarding this. It will reduce the GDP or not? Or increase the GDP? Reduce or increase chestada? So there may be chance of rising of the shell companies also. Got it? So next one. సో వన్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్ విచ్ ఐఎమ్ స్టార్టింగ్ నుంచి ఇప్పుడు దాకా డిస్కస్ చేసింది ఏంటంటే ఈ రెగ్యులేషన్ ఎలా చేయాలనేది ఇప్పటికీ అర్థం కావట్లేదు. అన్అంబిగ్యూస్, ద వర్డ్ ఈజ్ వాట్ అన్అంబిగ్యూస్ ఇన్ ఫ్రేమింగ్ ద లెజిస్లేషన్స్. సో డోంట్ నో వాట్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ ఇట్ మీన్స్. గాట్ ఇట్? దీస్ ఆర్ సమ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఇష్యూస్. సో unethical behavior. So how to deal with this? So already some countries lo they have taken some actions regarding these things. First one is what? USA em తీసుకున్నారు? Non consensual enrollment in subscription programs. So this action regarding was taken where? USA. Next one, pressure selling using misleading countdown clock. UK, you know this one, right? For example, sale Oppo phone 2030, 2029, 2024 కౌంటౌన్ క్లాక్ ఇస్తారు కదా, ఇక్కడికి రాగా టిక్ 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 00 కొట్టంగా యూ కెన్. అర్లియర్ ఉండే ఇవి. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఎంఐ వీళ్ళు వాడేవాళ్ళు, ఎంఐ ఫోన్స్ ఉండేవి స్టార్టింగ్లో, వెరీ హిట్ ఫోన్ అప్పుడు ఒక 3-4 years బ్యాక్. ఇప్పుడు కూడా హిట్టే, బట్ advertisement allowed. For example, on the date of 27th it get revealed. You have an idea, right? So it's a misleading thing. So next one, secretly saving credit card information and charging users. Where it is again? Without consent, USA. Putting in place a cancellation process designed to deter consumer from opting out subscription, Norway. So these are the actions like ee countries తీసుకున్నారు వీటి మీద జరిగే misleading మీద తీసుకున్న actions అన్నమాట. So first one, how to deal with this one? You need to mention this example, at least one example in your answer. అందుకే అన్ని రాశాను, ఒకటైనా గుర్తుంటుందని. So next one is what? Regulating the e-commerce sites. Next one, step forward of Competition of Commission of India. Do you have idea? Competition Commission of India. So you need to take new steps to deal with this one. Next one, building awareness to the consumers. Like how? Any idea? Okay, example చెప్పండి. How you can build awareness to the consumer, digital consumers? Through dark patterns only. Yeah. How you can build that one? Okay, example. For example, there is a site. Some X site is there. So what you need to do? So earlier, when you are signing up an app or ఒక app download చేసినప్పుడు permissions అడిగే కావు. Not at present. Like 4 to 5 years back. So ఒక సింగిల్ ఆప్షన్ వస్తుంది, దాన్ని క్లిక్ చేస్తే all permissions are accepted. But this trend has changed. When you are signing or downloading a new app, you need to access your microphone. You need to access your location, right? You need to access each and everything, right? This is giving what? Consumer awareness, right? Got it what I am saying? So ilana access చేసుకునేటప్పుడు, so there are something 7 to 8 access are there, mandatory accesses. అంటే ఒక మినిమం యాక్సెస్ అన్నమాట. మైక్రోఫోన్ కావాలి. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ డౌన్లోడింగ్ దిస్ గూగుల్ మ్యాప్స్, ఇట్ నీడ్స్ మ్యాప్, ఇట్ నీడ్స్ a camera access, it needs your gallery access. These are the access, right? So that kind of, for example, same thing you can put over here. Next one is what? Promote open network digital commerce. Do you have an idea? ONDC, it's a recent trend. So what it is, there is no need of middle player. Like for example, Flipkart is a middle player between a dealer and a buyer. So by countering, so it's a direct relationship with whom? Buyer to seller. So they are going to reduce this intermediary connection. Got it? So next one, simplification of procedures. So that's it. I'm going to end the class. Fine. Thank you. Any doubts? Any doubts? Nothing? No doubts?